One question I want to ask: why did you take yourself off public housing when you know? I don't know if you was trying to prove a point to people, but I'm not finna show off just to impress any goddamn body.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
What's going on with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel. I have a lot to cover, but we gonna start with the Dontay London video. I seen his latest video. It was very depressing, but I kind of understand because we already seen the heights he reached months ago. And I ain't gonna lie, I was questioning, like, okay, is he really making this kind of money, or was it just, you know what I'm saying? Because he had the money in his hand. Like, however, let's say he made the money, you know what I'm saying? Did he not use the money correctly? Because we can also say that the truck purchase he made, I think that was the dumbest thing you could ever do for as getting the highest interest rate, but you have to learn from your mistakes. And again, a lot of YouTubers, especially if you want to be successful in this shit, man, you got to learn about finances. And that's one thing I learned when I took a course. I learned that's one thing you have to take in consideration is budgeting and also taxes, because if you're making all this type of money, you got to pay taxes on this type of money. I know the video gets deeper. I think he was saying that he got like a 7-day notice on his rent. And one thing I can say to anybody out there, your main focus is where you stay. Everything else second, third to none. But clearly, he's been inconsistent on working and stuff. So I can see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, that these people want their money. And I feel horrible that she got to go through that. But also, not to mention that he was on housing Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was already, getting assistance, why did you take yourself off? That's one question I want to ask. Why did you take yourself off public housing when you know? I don't know if you was trying to prove a point to people, but I'm not finna show off just to impress any goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, keep it real. Hopefully he can get some type of assistance, or hopefully, he got a nice following. So hopefully somebody can donate to him. But we living in some crazy times, so it's really hard to find a job. It's hard to be playing around with life. The economy is jacked up. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm telling you what I know. The economy is too fucked up, man, and you can't be playing with your life like this, especially if you got a family. Tell people this. I don't even talk about it that much, but so I'm very intelligent when it comes to like finances and credit. I'm very intelligent when it comes to that. But I do know this: if you are in like a financial rut, you know what I'm saying, you got to start making cutbacks. Like, start eliminating the most unnecessary bill. You know what I'm saying? If you can't afford it, let it go. But your place of stay should always be your main priority. Bottom line. But I do have another question. So, do Hand London work? Or she even, I never seen her talk about work. And, in the time and need that Dante actually need help, is she not there to, I guess, support him when it comes to that? Because I don't know. We don't ever see her talk about a job. So do anybody in the comments can let me know, do she even have a job, or do she do some type of side hustle to help out? Because anytime you getting a notice for eviction and stuff, it's real. It is fucking real. And I really, all bullshit aside, I hate to see a man go through that, but the good Lord put stuff in your way so you can start seeing the big picture. You know what I'm saying? So, if you have to move back with your mom, so be it. But I'm like, bro, you was already on public housing. I don't think you should have got off that shit just to prove a point. Hopefully if you could try to apply for it again, maybe you get accepted. But it's a very sad video, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't really, I'm not the type to hate and all that stuff, but I do, my advice to him, man, get your shit together, bro. You got 2 jobs. There's nothing wrong with that. And I kind of can relate to his situation because he got 2 jobs and he's trying to do content. Now, I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't never try to bring a man down when he's already down. And all I do is being the unk that I am. Like, I'm gonna give give what I know, and what I'm saying, if for anybody that can take this advice, what I'm saying, man, start making cutbacks. Like, that's the first step, what I'm saying, because I believe this one thing: you rather be stressful paying on all these bills that you can't afford, or would you rather let all this shit go, let it all go, hit the reset button, have relief, revamp your life, and get back out there? Trust me, a lot of rich people went through it where they had to file bankruptcy, and they bounced back. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, y'all. Like, that's the only advice I can really just give. You have to take whatever necessary steps you need to get by at this point. So y'all let me know what y'all think. He just dropped another video, so I don't really know what this one is about. So I might be dropping another video later on, or probably tomorrow sometime. But it looks very depressing again. Like, man, I don't know. So I will see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Y'all, I decided I'm gonna just stay recording. I just got through looking at the video. It's even worse. This video worse than the last video. I'm gonna start with, he lost his job. It shows that they didn't need him no more. It's like operational changes. Let's start there. The next one, he ain't got no power. He's facing eviction. It's real, bro. And like I said, I know he's not the only one, because it's hard to find a job. And today, honestly, y'all, it is very hard. My wife, has a bachelor's degree, and she's been looking for work for like 3 years. She graduated from college 3 years ago and still have not found that job. So, even myself, when I dabble and try to look for something else, nobody hiring. They show that they hiring, but they don't hire. What I'm saying? I'm not getting political, but it's fucked up, man. The time we living in is very horrible. People we shouldn't, as Americans, we shouldn't even go through this. I really feel bad. This is a real situation. I really feel bad for his situation. I hope he do get back on his feet. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, man, because it's rough out here. Again, like, if somebody in the comments, let me know. Because again, it's hard to find work. It is hard to find work. Like, I don't know if it's just in Texas. In Texas, it's booming. I don't know what's going on. But if somebody comment below, let me know in your state or whatever, like, how it is for as like, is the economy, is that an all-time low, or is average, or is better? Y'all let me know in the comments. I really can't tell you down here because, Texas is super large, especially in Houston alone. We have chemical plants, but the plants ain't been hiring. So yeah, man, it's real out here. Again, if I could say the most positive thing right now, while I end this video, is Dontay London. On some real player shit. You do Instacart, make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, don't feel bad. You gotta move with your mind, cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I was your age. I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. I was your age, but me and before I started having kids when I was in my 30s. So, I was 28 years old. I moved in with my mother-in-law. We basically moved in so we waited till our lease was up. So we moved in with her mom to save, you know what I'm saying, so we can get a house. And she was, we paid her rent, whoop-de-whoop. But we did it on multiple occasions. We did it when I was 24, 25. Then we did it when we was 28. And I said, this gotta be it, because I want to get a house. So we was able to move in with my in-laws. And, ever since then, I never looked back. I got in my 30s. I got my money. I got my CDL. I started making some decent money. And, I hit the reset button. I had to, it start with finding the career you want. So if you moving back home, go find your career. Go to school or get your CDL or pick up a trade. You know what I'm saying? Do not leave the parents' house unless you finish some type of trade or you found a career job. Bottom line, because we are living in some times where it may not never be any more real jobs. Everything is AI now, and I think that's been the problem with most of these companies going out of business. Honestly, my real opinion is like you do better just starting your own business. Whatever the case is, whatever you're good at. YouTube gonna be here. Still do your YouTube videos. Don't never give them, cause that's your golden ticket. I say YouTube is always gonna be the golden ticket, cause you one video away from being rich. That's how I look at when just doing YouTube. But I'm not looking at it as my main source. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as your main source. Still go out there and work, grind, go to school until that YouTube shit pick up. That's all I'm gonna say, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this whole situation. I really do feel bad for it's just depressing. You know what I'm saying? I can't really just say nothing negative, because from man to man, bro, this is life lessons, man. And I've been through it, and we living in that time. So y'all, until then, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video.